Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Banks with Pyramid Analytics, and welcome to our Data to Insights in 15 minutes or less series today in becoming a data-driven organization. And it's a topic dear to my heart. When you think about all of the solutions that are out in the marketplace, there are a lot of tools out in the marketplace, yet adoption of business intelligence still remains low. In fact, a recent Bark report that came out said that the adoption is around 17% for many organizations. So, what about the other 83% of your organization? And that's where the data literacy portion comes into play. If you can click on the next slide for me, Patrick, and I'm going to pass the ball to you shortly. So, if you're not aware of who Pyramid Analytics is, we offer a decision intelligence platform, not a tool, but a platform to really meet the needs of all your decision makers and to provide insights to all your decision makers as well. What we provide is a one stop shop for business intelligence and analytics. We combine the very best of data prep, business analytics, as well as data science, all within one platform. And our goal is simple to provide insights for everybody in your organization. So, to meet any data that you've got inside your organization, probably the true differentiator for us is our secret sauce, which is our direct query engine that gives you the best performance and scalability right against the data where it resides. So we meet the needs of any data that you've got for any person inside your organization, from the C-suite to the analyst to the data scientist to a frontline worker that's looking to make a better decision and a faster decision than ever before. And then lastly, for any analytics needs that you could possibly have, from the simple to the sophisticated. That's what we do. And it's my pleasure to introduce the demoer today, who is the Global Technical Alliance Manager. We are a global organization, and Patrick is based over in the UK. So, Patrick Ebert, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Chris. So, hello, everybody. And have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're hearing us today and seeing us today, and whenever you see us, if you see us in the recording. So, what are we doing today in the demo is I will basically put together a quick dashboard as a user in a very simple way, showing you within 3 minutes I can put up a dashboard and I can publish this to my coworker, who is then taking it away and actually deriving some insight from this data. So without further ado, I'll jump into the software. So Pyramid greets you, and this is now the probably more complicated, basically administrator point of view. So, but what we can do is we do a smart presentation. So we have a way that Pyramid. Wait, what? Sorry about that. My internet doesn't seem to like me today. Okay, there we are. We have a smart presentation where we choose a data source that we want to take on, and then Pyramid walks me through the data to basically get my first report right. So I can click here, get some revenue data. Pyramid already says, okay, this is a number. I'll show you this as a number. If I go to a dimension and I add countries from customers, Pyramid assumes, okay, I've learned this is a geolocation, so I start plotting things on a map. Actually, I do not want this. I take the tree view, and as a second dimension to put some color in it, I take age range categories of my customers. Just hit finish, and I already have it on my dashboard. And again, creating dashboards is as easy as using a PowerPoint to create presentations. You can basically put them, place them, and if I want to do one additional data set, I'm now in the report designer side of things. I'll take returns because I want to see my return data. I take product categories, and I'll take, let's say, promotion categories in here as a color, and I don't want to see them this way. I want to see them this way, and I click on this, place this away, and now I want to apply a corporate design to it. So I don't want to use this design. I want to use my new corporate design. going in there, placing this a little bit, making the background transparent to make it look a little bit nicer, doing the same thing here, placing this, also getting a transparent background on it. And there we are. I just hit the test button, and there we are. We have a fully interactive dashboard already working without any programming, no coding needed, nothing of that. And if I want to publish this, the first thing I need to save it, and I can save it either in my content where only I can access it, but I want to share it with the organization. I'll basically create a folder where I can go in and save a sample dashboard. And now I want to share this with my coworker over in Europe, or sitting in Munich. And what I can do is I can give him the direct link to the URL. So my coworker doesn't need to go into the CMS system and actually find the report on his own. He basically gets it directly from me, and when he's finished watching basically football news, he can get the click on the link and gets dropped into Pyramid and sees my dashboard. This is a dashboard I've just created. One thing the keen eye already noticed is, I mean, being a data-driven organization and allowing self-service access to data does not have to mean it's Wild West out there. So this user has only access to EMEA data. So you see, there's no North American data, no Canada data, no data from Australia or Japan. It's basically EMEA data only, based on the user settings and the user rights within the same dashboard. And now, as an analyst, I take a look at this data, and what I can do is I can use a chatbot to actually enhance this. I see the UK is right on top there, so I asked, is on top. And what Pyramid does, Pyramid goes in and analyzes the data for me. So basically, Pyramid goes in and says most of the data coming from, or most of my revenue coming from the United Kingdom actually comes from over proportionally from England, with an over proportion of 3.3. So I sell 3 times more things in England than I do in the other nations of the United Kingdom. And if I want to have something else for Spain, I can go in and say explain Spain. And Pyramid gets again analyzes the data automatically for me and tells me, yeah, the color black is driving sales in Spain. So obviously Spanish people like stuff painted in black in this data set. So I've seen there's an overproportion of selling black products in the Spanish market. And as my personal function in the company is slightly different from the one of my coworker who created this dashboard, Pyramid is also happy to basically, I can recreate this dashboard to a certain extent without being a developer, without sending a change request to somebody. If I want to see something slightly different, I just go in and say, show me this as a Sankey graph. And actually, I'm not interested in product categories because I work across all products, but I care about manufacturers. I go in and say, swap product category with manufacturers, and Pyramid does this for me. That easy. And I'm as well. I'm not interested in those promotion categories, so I ask Pyramid to swap my promotion categories with something I actually care about, which are my distribution channels. And I use them, and it says, okay, this is online and store right now. And I would probably want to see one more KPI, so I can add net profit. And Pyramid has built this for me. So now I see a Sankey chart for net profit, and I see a Sankey chart for returns. And I actually figure out, okay, Sankey charts are not that useful in this analysis. So what I can do is ask Pyramid to show me all this data just in a grid, and I want to see this over time, so I can say add year. And as I've done with the explain functions to get some information about stuff the dashboard is already built for, I can also do this for things the dashboard wasn't built for. They are just, I have just added them to them. So if I ask explain 2021, I'll go in and I see again, oh, England is popping up, and it's popping up in my returns factory. So it looks like people in England are returning my products 12 times more often than any other region. So this is probably something I want to talk with somebody about. So I get those insights, and what I can do is I can now take action. So one thing I can do, if I see the profits here, I see the profits for assets dropping in from 2020 to 2021, and I can start basically I can basically start getting information about this. Or if I go here to new, so one thing, the full interactivity isn't broken just because I have changed the dashboard. And if I go in here for this value and those returns, and I'm saying, okay, the United Kingdom had a lot of those returns, and I probably want to talk about this, or at least I want to have an alert about this. What I can do, I can build an alert and say, alert me when this up. And I probably say, talk to Mike about quality. And then I say this, okay, I probably don't want to do this right now, but I want to give him a fair warning. So if I say, if this value goes up by 10% more, I want to get a reminder to talk to Mike about the product quality he is delivering to me, to have a friendly chat about that, and to address the problem that is lying underneath. And I probably don't want to do this daily. It's okay if Pyramid checks this for me once every 2 weeks, starting from today, 9 a.m. I've set this up. I hit the save button. And now Pyramid does this to me. So I created an action on a data point that wasn't even on the dashboard when I started accessing it, without having any technical knowledge, without having being a BI developer or anything. I changed the dashboard to my personal needs, got what I wanted out of it, and created an action that I can take business measures if certain KPIs are moving in a certain direction. And this is basically how simple Pyramid is. And I'm pretty sure we are even below 15 minutes right now, Chris, aren't we?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, you did an amazing job. And just to be clear, too, that background image that you've got there behind the dashboard, that's completely customizable, all with the no-code platform, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be anything, which is awesome. Fantastic. If you could bring up we saw that, the Q&A part. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I see one out here right now, Patrick, so buckle up. First question that came in: do you require an in-memory repository for the data like other vendors do?
No, not at all. Pyramid works native directly on data sets itself. We strongly believe that you want to keep the data where it is. I mean, personally, before I worked for Pyramid, I worked for Teradata, for example, and we had high-powered databases, provided them to our clients, and then seeing BI tools moving this data off in a raw fashion to calculate it somewhere else. And we probably have decommissioned a ton of CPUs that have never in their lifetime ever calculated a single KPI. And this is what Pyramid doesn't want. Pyramid actually takes the request, translates it into SQL code, and pushes it down to the data source to get this to get the result back and get the result back. And it doesn't matter if it's a report that I've created or if it's a chatbot request. If I ask the chatbot, hey, show me sales by region for 2020, then Pyramid translates this into SQL code, pushes it down to the database. If it's a SQL database, if it's Microsoft Tabular, if it's SAP BW, it translates it to MDX code and executes the query there. We do not store this data. We do not prepare anything about this on the data side. We just work as soon as we are connected.
Awesome. Awesome. And is it possible to blend disparate data sources together to do analytics against that?
Yes, we can. What we haven't done now, we've taken it in order to make it in 3 minutes. We basically had both visuals from the same dashboard, but it's absolutely possible if you have the semantic layers from both visuals and they come from different data sources. All you need in Pyramid is just telling it. There's a feature called model mapping. So you tell column X in system 1 means column A in system 2. And once you have done this mapping, Pyramid instantly again provides you with all this interactivity between different data sources, as long as it knows a mapping where to find one and how to map it.
Awesome. Awesome. Another question came in around multiple data sources. Can you display multiple sources of data on one dashboard without having to move that data around?
Yes, I mean, like I just described. So if you have multiple visuals coming from different data sources, you can place all of them on a dashboard, and as long as you have a mapping between them, they instantly work together and and basically have the interaction between each other. So you click on one thing on Snowflake, and it executes a query on SAP BW. You click on SAP BW and it executes a query against your Microsoft SQL Server, and all the way around. That totally works out of the box as soon as as Pyramid knows the mapping between the semantic layers.
Excellent. Excellent. Last question that's coming in. What other key features does your platform do that others do not?
That's a broad question probably. I mean, what do we do that others do not? First of all, we augment you all the way. So the first thing is we make it as easy as possible to get to this. You've seen this. You get a dashboard with a couple of clicks. You have a chatbot to basically manipulate the dashboard that is given to you in a very easy way. And nevertheless, if you want to do more and you want to go deeper into the data, you actually can go to the administrative console and you go to the administrative mode, and you have a full-blown ETL tool underneath it where you can create data, where you can blend data sources, mash data sources, put them together, create them, schedule them, have basically pixel perfect reporting, have data science, include AI, ML components behind this. And you will probably find all of these functions here and there within a tool, but I highly doubt you will find any tool where you find all this in one platform working frictionless together.
Outstanding. No, it's all great points. And again, our goal is to provide insights to everybody inside your organization. So you might have technical people that are looking to build things similar to what Patrick just built and distribute that out and push that out to certain business users. But also the non-technical people who are just looking to do their job better than before and be more productive and being a better decision maker and just getting the answers that they're looking for without having to use a tool. Just get them the answers that they want, all through a no-code browser-based experience. So this is good stuff. There are no other questions that came through, sir. Here's our next steps for you, though. If you'd like to take us up on either one of these or both of them, feel free to do that. One is certainly request a demo from us. We would love to even do a demonstration of your own data. If you send us a sample of your data, we'd even like to showcase it and give you a vision of what you could do with the power of our platform. But the other one are 3 analyst reports that we would love to share with you. And I believe that includes the Gartner Critical Capabilities Report, Dresner Advisory Services, the Wisdom of Crowds report, and also the BARC 22 survey for BI and analytics that came out. So if you're interested in either or both, feel free to follow up on those URLs. We'd be more than happy to share that information with you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to pop by our website at www.pyramidanalytics.com, and we will engage with you directly from there as well. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you found this insightful.